You were told that if you worked hard, the world would reward you with praise.
You were told that excellence inspires others to reach higher, more noble levels.
That was a lie. A comfortable, sugar-coated, and socially acceptable lie told to children. The truth is far more jagged. The truth tastes like cold iron in the back of your throat. Competence is not a beacon of hope for the stagnant. It is a terrifying mirror. And most people cannot stand the reflection they see within that polished glass surface. Welcome back to the shadow. Today, we dissect the cold architecture of human envy. We explore why your growth is often perceived as a direct assault on their comfort. In the quiet corners of the mind, your success is not celebrated. It is scrutinized.
The high performer is a threat to the equilibrium of the mediocre and the lazy.
When you climb, you leave behind a vacuum that others feel compelled to fill with spite.
Let us begin with the fundamental nature of the social hierarchy and its hidden rules.
Every social circle has a baseline of acceptable performance, a silent, invisible pact. This pact states that no one shall rise so high that they make the others feel small. But you broke that pact. You decided to excel. You decided to master your craft. By doing so, you inadvertently exposed the laziness of those who chose to remain still. This is the first layer of the architecture, the mirror of inadequacy and silent shame. When they look at you, they don't see your hard work. They see their own wasted time. Your discipline is a silent critique of their lack of it, and that creates deep friction. They cannot easily replicate your results, so they must find a way to devalue them. This is where benign envy begins its dark mutation into something far more predatory. Benign envy is the spark that says, "I want what you have, so I will work harder." It is a constructive force, a fuel for the ambitious who still have a soul left. But in stagnant circles, benign envy is a rare bird that is quickly shot from the sky. In the shadows of a dying social group, envy quickly transforms into malicious envy. Malicious envy does not want what you have. It simply wants you to no longer have it. It is the desire to pull the tall poppy down until it is level with the surrounding weeds. In a stagnant circle, your movement upward creates a draft that chills everyone else. They don't want to rise to your level. They want to drag you back down to their basement. This is the psychology of the crab mentality, a phenomenon as old as human history. When one crab tries to climb out of the bucket, the others pull it back down to die. They would rather everyone perish together than see one individual find the light. If you are a high performer, you are currently living in a bucket full of reaching claws. The architecture of envy is built on the foundation of relative status and social standing. Humans are wired to care more about their rank than their actual objective condition. A man would rather earn $50,000 while his peers earn $40,000 than earn $100,000 while his peers earn $150,000. Your competence shifts the status bar, and people will fight to keep that bar where it is. They will use social leveling mechanisms to bring you back into the fold of the average. The first mechanism is the joking insult, the backhanded compliment delivered with a smile. They will call you a tryhard or a perfectionist to frame your virtue as a neurosis. They are trying to gaslight you into believing that your excellence is actually a flaw. If you don't take the hint, the architecture adds a second layer, the silent exclusion. You stop getting the invites. The room goes quiet when you enter. The air grows cold. You are being punished for the crime of being better than you were yesterday. The group is protecting its collective ego from the radiation of your personal growth. In their eyes, your competence is a form of aggression, a silent declaration of war. They perceive your silence as arrogance and your focus as a personal rejection of them. But the most dangerous layer of the architecture is the character assassination phase. When they cannot beat your results, they will start to attack your underlying motives. They will whisper that you are ruthless, selfish, or manipulative to explain your success. They need to believe you cheated, because the alternative is that they simply failed. To admit you worked harder is to admit they are responsible for their own stagnation. And the human ego will burn the entire world down before it admits personal responsibility. This is why the most competent people are often the loneliest people in the room. The price of excellence is the permanent loss of the common ground with the average. You have moved beyond the frequency where the majority of people operate their lives. The moon is high, a perfect silver for the chase. But all you talk about is the dew on the meadow grass. The sheep do not hate the wolf for being a predator. They hate him for being capable. If you find yourself in this position, you must understand the tall poppy syndrome. In certain cultures, the flower that grows the tallest is the one that gets cut first. This is a survival strategy for the mediocre to ensure no one ever feels inferior. If you are in a stagnant circle, your competence is a death sentence for your reputation. You cannot fix these people. You cannot inspire those who are committed to their misery. The architecture of envy is too deeply rooted in their biology to be changed by your words. So what is the strategy for the lone wolf navigating these treacherous social waters? First, you must master the art of strategic camouflage when dealing with the masses. Never brag. Never explain your process to those who didn't ask with genuine intent. Let your results be loud, but let your tongue be silent and your presence be humble. The more you talk about your success, the more targets you paint on your own back. Second, you must accept that your social circle will have to change as you evolve. You cannot carry the weight of your old friends' insecurities up the mountain with you. If you try to pull them up, they will only use your arms as leverage to pull you down. The higher you go, the thinner the air becomes, and the fewer people can breathe it. Third, you must understand that their hate is actually a form of distorted admiration. Envy is the ultimate compliment paid by the weak to the strong and the capable. They wouldn't be trying to sabotage you if you weren't already ahead of the pack. Their malice is the proof of your progress. It is the receipt for your hard work. But do not mistake their attention for affection. It is the gaze of a hungry predator. You must build your own architecture, an architecture of boundaries and iron walls. Stop seeking validation from people who are secretly praying for your spectacular downfall. Their applause is fake, and their smiles are masks held up by shaking, envious hands. The dark psychology of the social hierarchy demands that you play a different game. While they focus on you, you must remain focused on the work and the vision ahead. Envy is a parasite that requires a host to survive. Do not provide it with any fuel. Starve their malice with your indifference. Let their whispers vanish into the wind. You are not responsible for the feelings of inadequacy that your existence triggers. You are not the cause of their stagnation. You are merely the evidence of it. The architecture of envy is a prison they built for themselves, not for you. They sit behind the bars of their own resentment, watching you walk free in the sun. It is a heavy burden to be the person who gets things done in a world of talkers. It is a curse to be the one who sees the path while everyone else is lost in the fog. But would you rather be the crab at the bottom of the bucket, safe and mediocre? Or would you rather be the one with the scars on your back from the climb to the top? Competence is a threat because it proves that change is possible through sheer will. And for the person who has given up, the possibility of change is the ultimate terror. They would rather believe the world is unfair
then believe that you are simply better.
Do not apologize for your light. Do not dim your fire so others can feel warm.
The shadow of the mind is a dark place, filled with the ghosts of unfulfilled potential. Envy is the scream of those ghosts when they see someone who actually dared to try.
The architecture of envy will always exist as long as there are hierarchies of value. Your job is not to dismantle the architecture. Your job is to outgrow its reach. Rise so high that their whispers can no longer reach your ears in the thin air. Build a life that is so robust that the opinions of the stagnant become background noise. They will call you cold. They will call you distant. They will call you arrogant.
Let them. These are the names the stationary give to those who are moving fast. The lone wolf does not lose sleep over the opinions of the sheep in the valley.
He is too busy watching the horizon from the peak of the mountain he conquered.
Remember, your competence is a gift to the world, but a threat to the weak.
Guard your energy, protect your vision, and never, ever look back at the bucket.
The architecture of envy is a structure of sand. Your work is a structure of stone. In the end, the sand will blow away, and only the stone of your legacy will remain.
Stay sharp, stay silent, stay dangerous, and keep building your own empire.
This is the path of the Sycumbra. This is the way of the shadow and the light.
The world will try to break you with its envy, but you were born to be unbroken. Do not fear the malice of the crowd. Fear the mediocrity of the comfortable life.
You are the architect of your own destiny, and no one else holds the blueprint.
Walk through the fire of their resentment and come out tempered like high-grade steel. The price of greatness is high, but the price of being average is far more expensive.
Choose your burden wisely. Choose the weight of success over the rot of envy.
We are done for today, but the hunt for the truth never truly ends in the dark. Go forth and be the threat that the stagnant world so desperately needs to see.
Final thought. If they don't hate you yet, you probably aren't doing enough.